Hey up my darlings, it's me, ex-girlfriend, and I'm here to give you an updated signature makeup tutorial today. So, let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, this is my second attempt at voicing this over, so let's see if I do a better job this time. I first use a makeup wipe just to clean down the brows and the sideburns before I start gluing them down. I do 3 layers, which I'm about to do, you'll see, and then I hair dry between each layer for 30 seconds. I only use the comb on the first layer, just to make sure it's all really flat, and then between each layer I always give it a little wipe so there's not too much glue all over my face. And I do only do 2 layers on the sideburns. I do the initial layer, brush through, and then the final layer. So we're just drying between layers here. Gorgeous. I mean, now I've watched this a couple of times trying to voice it over, I might do a little bit of a better job. Okay, time to set them. RCMA, this says translucent powder, but it's not, it's no color powder. And I press down really hard to make sure there's no texture. When I cannot see any more hairs anymore and it's just flat, that's when I know. Clean that up one final time, get the wig cap on, and then it is time to prime. I use the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. It's really, really sticky. It feels sort of like aloe gel, really, really sticky, and it just grips onto everything. Stops my makeup sweating off. Okay, so we're going to start off with the eyebrows. I use this black cream by Give Face Cosmetics, which I think is discontinued, but you could use anything. You could use black lipstick, you could use black eyeshadow, you could use black eyeliner, anything really. But we're going to go in afterwards with the Super Color in 2W and a flat brush. This is the only place I use Super Color. Everywhere else I use TV Paint Stick. I just find that it glides over my glued down eyebrows a little bit easier, and it's easier to control. And then we're going to go in with the 00 after that. Here we go, 00 for in between my eyebrows. I use it for my highlight all over my face, and on the bridge of my nose as well. And then we're going to use the 070, which is a true white for the brow bone, for the underbrow highlight. It's also a really good eyeshadow base, I find, using the proper white. And one little trick I always do as well is use a beauty sponge to really smush it in, really blend it in, and make sure it's like really covered those eyebrow hairs. So people think you haven't got any eyebrows under there. And then we're going to contour the nose with 12W, which is very dark, but I blend it out a lot with another small sponge. I have a different sponge for every colour that I use. And then we're going to carve it out with the 00. Like I said, the highlight I use for the rest of my face. I have a sort of upside down arrow shaped nose. So we're just making that shape now with the 00, blending that out again. And then it's time to go in with the base colour, which is 2W, like before. Here we go, the 2W, yeah, all over the face, but this time in the TV Paint Stick, just for that slightly better coverage, to cover the acne scars and the beard hair. And then we're going to go back in with the 00, just to redefine those highlights, and get them all blended out nicely. Before 12W for, we start off with the lips. I always make my lips with the 12W and a flat brush just because I find it easier to clean up any mistakes while I'm still in the cream stage, because if I muck up my lips and I've set everything down, then I'm screwed. And then it's time for the contours, 12W like before and a flat brush, and then just blending it out with another sponge. I always use a different sponge for every colour. And then finally, before we set it all down, I'm just going to go back in with the individual sponges for each colour and just make sure they're all blended nicely. Before going back in with that, it says translucent powder, but it is 0 colour powder by RCMA. Making sure that I leave the underbrow completely unset, because that's what we're going to set with eyeshadow. And I press it in for a really, really long time. I think I learned it from Nikki tutorials that like pressing powder in for a long time eliminates the stubble texture. So I just do it because of Nikki tutorials really. And then I'm using brown eyeshadow. This is the Water Drag palette, which is discontinued now, but you could just use any brown really. You could use a contour palette, you could use brown eyeshadow, whatever you fancy. And I'm just redefining and deepening those contours. And then I have a smaller contour brush just to redefine the nose. And I use a little piece of card to get the really hard edge on the nostrils. And I also contour underneath the lip with whatever's left, just to give that 3-dimensional shape. And then it's the Ben Nye Super White powder that I use to bake. So it catches any eyeshadow fallout as well, but it just really pops the highlights with it. So black eyeshadow just to deepen the black eyebrow and give it like a little bit more of an ombre effect. And then we're going in with a pencil brush and black eyeshadow to start the eye shape. So I always start with my deepest colours and blend them out with lighter colours. So I just do this sort of like triangle, very standard drag shape, and make sure that's patted in and blended out. And then we're going to go in with my purple and a small fluffy brush just to blend the black to the purple so that it's a really, really deep colour, but then it also blends out nicely into the white. I just like to use as little product as possible where I can. So if I can do an eyeshadow with a black, a colour and a white, then I'm going to do it. I think I maybe used one other purple as well. I'll find out in a second. So we're using a pencil brush and white just to really, really pop the underbrow highlight and make sure they're blended beautifully together. Oh yeah, here we go. So we're going in with a really light purple just to blend the purple into the white. And then we are going in with the 070 and a flat brush to cut the crease. It doesn't have to be really precise because I always go in with a glitter gel liner afterwards to really define the crease. So just as close as you can really, but if it messes up, it's not the end of the world. You can always just make the one match if you really, really need to. So I'm just going in and probably making them match because I'm not actually very gifted at makeup. I just sort of wing it every time. And then we're taking like a fluffy stamping brush and stamping some white eyeshadow into the crease. And then we're going to go in with the light purple to blend from the white. And then we're going to go in with the medium purple and then the black just so that it's a perfect gradient. So that it's really smoky and really nice. Because I can't really do good eyeliner shapes. And this hides it. Smoky eyeshadow is a great way of hiding that you can't do eyeliner. So yeah, just making sure that's all blended nicely. And here's the glitter eyeliner that I mentioned. It's really, really good and really, really cheap and pops amazingly. It just really defines that lid that you've drawn on. It really defines the crease that you've drawn on. Sometimes I go over a couple of layers just to really, really make it pop, which I think I'm doing here. Fabulous. And then I always shape my eyeliner with a gel pen. Perfect. And then, okay, so this is funny. I went for a wee and forgot to film, and then remembered that I was filming. I used the black liquid lipstick to fill in my eyeliner shape, and then stamp it on with black eyeshadow just to set it down. And then I'm going back in with the gel pen to really like get the precise lines for the inner corner eyeliner and the bottom line, the waterline, which I'm now going to smoke out with black eyeshadow. And then following that, I'll smoke it out further with purple eyeshadow, just to really bring it all together. I just love a smoky eye. I just think it's so beautiful on everyone and looks so seductive and so like passionate. So, and then my white liner, so inside my eyes I use this gel pencil by Melt, and on the outside I use the NYX Epic Wear white eyeliner pen, which I also use to make the slits in my eyebrows. And I also use it as the highlight on the end of my nose, and I just blend it out with my finger. But I don't like putting that inside my eye, that's why I've got that gel pencil. And then it's time to dust away all of that baking powder, and we're going to do some blush. So today I think I just did pink into purple, probably? Yes. So just pink eyeshadow, and then I use that lightest purple colour again, just to blend into the blush, and it just looks really nice. And then that same wipe as before, cleaning off any powder off the lips. And then this is just a cheap black lipstick that I got from Killstar. I think it was £1 in the sales. But I really don't like liquid lipstick for the lips. I love it on my eyes, but I don't use it on the lips. And then I just really define the shape with a lip brush. And then I believe I went back in with the eyeliner pen one last time. Let's see, I think I did. Yes, eyeliner pen one last time, just to make sure that all the powder I dusted off hasn't ruined it, essentially. And then it's setting spray time. I love this one. It smells like hairspray, so I know it's good. And I just dry it off with the hairdryer until it's nearly dry. And then it's time to go in with the highlighter. So I use a pencil brush just to do the bridge of the nose and the end of the nose. And then a big fluffy brush to do the forehead, the chin, and the cheeks. I love a shiny face. Even though I've got like quite bad acne scars, I just think it makes your face look a little bit more real. Then it's time to curl the lashes. And that is the cheapest mascara that I could find that said it was waterproof. That's what I always buy. It doesn't have to be good because you just need your eyelashes to be black. And then what I did here was realised that my normal lashes that I've been wearing for about 3 years are absolutely unwearable and disgusting, as you'll see in a second. Yeah, gross. And they're discontinued. So I decided to try these new ones that I held up first from Izzy's Boutique. And what you can see here is me using black lash glue to cut up the lashes and stick on the parts that I cut off onto the edges. And then trying these lashes out for the first time. I actually really liked them. I think you can get away with like a thinner lash if you're doing really big eye makeup sometimes. As long as you can just see that it's there, that's like the main thing, just so it doesn't look really jarring. And then I use a hairdryer to blow them up, and that is the face done. Absolutely obsessed. I always look so snatched at the end, no matter how worried I am about it as I'm going. So all it needs is the wig. Let's see how it looks. So there you have it, my darlings. This is my finished, signature, updated drag makeup tutorial. God, that was a long one. If you want to see anything else from me, let me know in the comments below. You know, drop a like, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye, my honeys!